Gracias. Bueno, primeramente vamos a aprender algo. Es cómo saludar a un profesor en Bolivia. Nosotros vivimos 2 años en Bolivia y trabajamos como profesores. Entonces vamos a practicar cómo saludar a un profesor. Primeramente yo digo buenos días clase y ustedes tienen que responder buenos días profesora. ¿Ya? Siempre se usa el título profesora con mi nombre Laura. Entonces yo me llamo profesora Laura a mis alumnos. Aquí en Estados Unidos usamos el apellido, por ejemplo señora Hughes, pero allá usan el nombre, es diferente nomás, su costumbre, ¿no? Ok, entonces vamos a practicar. Yo digo buenos días clase, ustedes dicen buenos días profesora, pero tienen que hacerlo parados. Entonces todos se pongan de pie al mismo tiempo y responden. ¿Me entienden? A pie. Ok, buenos días clase. Buenos días. Todo una cosa junto, ¿no? Todos juntos. Sí, así van a... If you don't learn how to do this well, you fail kindergarten in Bolivia. So this is something that you learn. And let me know, let me tell you that you don't do it well. Okay, so sit down again, we'll try one more time. Buenos días, clase.
Buenos días.
Okay, muy bien. Pueden tomarse. Bueno, so there's lots of little differences in the culture, but that's one example of something that is very important to learn how to do in the school there that we don't have to learn here. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about our experience. We're going to start in Spanish, and then we'll do a little explaining in English too. And then afterwards you can ask us some questions. Okay, so previamente viajamos a Bolivia. Bolivia está en América del Sur. Casi en el medio, tiene varios vecinos, Perú, Brasil, Paraguay, Argentina y Chile. Y fíjense que no tiene acceso al mar. Entonces no se puede ir a la playa porque no hay playa. So, viajamos por avión hasta Bolivia. Ya estamos en Bolivia. En Bolivia hay... ¿Por qué? Hay las montañas. ¿Qué montañas tenemos aquí en América del Sur? ¿Qué se llaman estas montañas? Hay una menta que tiene el mismo nombre. Empieza con la A. Ajá, los Andes. So, esas son las montañas, los Andes. En la parte oeste del país es pura montañas. Pero nosotros vivimos en la parte este, que es el bosque trópico. So, esto es el bosque de Brasil, en la región Amazonas, que sigue hasta aquí. Entonces, todavía hay todas las plantas, flores, árboles del bosque trópico. Entonces, aquí vivimos en Santa Cruz de la Sierra. Llegamos por avión, aquí puede ver las montañas. Las montañas de los Andes son mucho más altas. So the highest is probably 22,000, I don't know exactly the highest, but where here you go out to Colorado, the Rockies, we have 14,000 foot mountains. There they go up to 22,000, 23,000. So they're much higher mountains. Aquí hay una vista en las montañas. Estas regiones en las montañas son muy conocidas, se llaman altiplano. So, como dije, son muy altos las montañas y tienen estas regiones adentro que son muy planos. So, es altiplano, ¿vale? This could be as high as like 13,000, 14,000 feet, and it's just completely flat. Aquí viven las llamas, alpacas, las vicuñas, todo ese tipo de animal, y es un poco desierto, es seco. Pero nosotros no vivimos en el desierto, vivimos en el trópico, donde siempre es verde, hay las frutas, las flores, y esa es nuestra casa.
Y 3 meses del año hay lluvia casi cada día.
Bueno, para estaciones, no hay exactamente invierno, verano y todo, porque nunca hace mucho frío y de verdad nunca hace mucho calor tampoco. Es un poco templado, así hablan sobre los trópicos, pero 3-4 meses del año llueve y eso es temporada de la lluvia. Entonces las estaciones son más lluvia y seco y menos con diferencias en la temperatura. Bueno, yo trabajo como profesora del kinder, enseño computación y inglés a los niños del kinder. Tenemos 300 niños en nuestro kinder. Enseño a todos lo básico de computación.
300.
¿Conocen en inglés cuánto es 300? 300 just kindergartners, so it's a really huge kindergarten, and we just do the one age group. So it's a lot of students. Bueno, entonces cuando vienen todos los papás, so cuando vienen todos los papás en el kinder, puede imaginar hay mucha gente. Aquí hay. Y esas son las hermanas con que trabajamos. Son las hermanas siervas del Sagrado Corazón. ¿Alguien sabe qué significa Sagrado Corazón? Yeah, muy bien. So they were Sacred Heart Sisters. It was an order that was originally founded in Poland. It's not the same Sacred Hearts that we have here in St. Louis, but there are lots of different Sacred Heart orders. And then they had formed a mission in Bolivia, and these sisters had joined the congregation in Bolivia. And most of the sisters now work in Bolivia are actually Bolivian sisters. And look how tall I am. That's one of the nice things about Bolivia. I was a tall person. Okay. So aquí hay todo, las familias del kinder. Muy interesante. Los niños hicieron muchas cosas muy bonitas. Hacen su baile, su teatro, sus presentaciones. ¿No ves? Da mucha alegría trabajar con niños así, son muy tiernos. Hacen su árbol. Muy bien. Aquí estamos en la promoción. Promoción es la palabra por graduation. También hay graduación, pero usan más que todo promoción. Ahora
Soy un profesor de computación, específicamente multimedia. Cada semestre hay 4 partes de mi curso. Hay una parte de edición de fotos. ¿Conoce Photoshop? ¿Es similar? Edición de gráficos, diseño gráfico, aquí es uno. Edición de audio, grabación y cómo editar, y edición de vídeo. Esto es mi primer curso. Los alumnos tienen sus gráficos, sus proyectos de gráfico, y esto es la promoción al fin de año.
Los niños les gusta hacer varias actividades. Aquí están jugando en el parque, están bailando, eso es un baile típico. Les gusta jugar fútbol también. Y también les gusta festejar el carnaval. Hoy día es ¿qué día? Aquí que estamos celebrando hoy día. Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras. So, en los Estados Unidos, más que todos festejamos Mardi Gras, pero la costumbre hispánica o latino, la costumbre latino es carnaval. So, es la misma cosa, antes del miércoles de ceniza, mañana es miércoles de ceniza, ¿no? So, los días antes celebramos, hacemos fiesta, baile. Para ellos no tienen Halloween, entonces en vez de poner disfraces y todo para Halloween, hacen todas esas cosas para el carnaval. Entonces siempre se visten así como loco, bonito, depende de lo que quieren. Y también juegan mucho con agua, ¿ya? So, esos de aquí se llaman chisquetes o pistoles de agua. Entonces hacen grandes juegos con agua, tienen la banda, están bailando, tienen globos de agua que tiran y todo.
What season is it here now? Winter. But in the southern hemisphere, all seasons are flipped. So when it's winter here, it's summer there. And right now, it's really hot there. So in the 90s every day, you're always sweating, no air conditioning anywhere. And they have huge water fights.
Right, so that's how they celebrate the Mardi Gras Carnival. And they actually get 2 days off of school for it. So Monday and Tuesday before Ash Wednesday, they don't have school. and everything is pretty much closed down. It's family time, and you go out on the streets, and it's just a huge water fight. All the kids are out there,
So
even the adults.
this party was on the
involved.
Friday before. The schools have their party the Friday and then they're off. And then Friday night, starting at 11 p.m., they have a parade in the middle of town. And the parade starts at 11, goes till 6 a.m. So you can imagine it gets a little out of control. And then after that, I mean, no one's working anywhere until Wednesday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it's just a big party all through town. So not just the kids, but like grown adults. I may have partaken in this.
More men than women.
We'll go around town. It's a huge squirt gun fight. Anyone is fair game. So you get your super soaker, hop on the back of a motorcycle, you just go up and down the street squirting anyone who's met.
Why don't we have? Yeah, seriously.
It's a timing issue.
It's the wrong here.
I would be game for making fun of
Yeah. We're right now. Hot chocolate.
Eso es el mercado. Aquí las señoras venden sus frutas. Aquí tienen su durazno, su manzana. Oh, eso es uvas.
Uvas, yeah.
Hay dos tipos de uvas, ciruela. Usualmente hay peras, pero no veo peras. Bueno, pero también pueden comprar su verdura, su carne, huevos, todo. Aquí tenemos arroz, fideo, aceite, todo cosa que quieren. Mayormente ellos cocinan todo desde crudo. So, compran sus verduras crudas, ¿no? Compran su fideo así por peso y así es. So, it's not like you buy a box that has a recipe on the back of it and then you get all the ingredients. Or here you can even buy like a box that all the ingredients come with it, to make something. There, everything is from scratch, and you have to know how many pounds of rice to buy because they just scoop it into a bag, and then you have to know how many tomatoes to buy and everything. And they make everything from scratch. And it's really amazing, the women that do cook, because they don't cook from recipes or anything generally. So somebody who knows how to cook there can literally just go to the market, know how many pounds of stuff to buy for how many people, and then just whip something together from nothing. It's very amazing. Okay. Otro verdura, esta verdura se llama yuca, que no existe tanto aquí. Es un raíz, crece abajo de la tierra y es similar a una papa o patatas para comer. Y esas señoras que venden la yuca solo venden yuca. Otra vista del mercado, puede ver todas las tiendas, hay muchas tiendas pequeñas. Cada tienda tiene otro dueño. Esa tienda es de señora Flores, esa tienda de señora Loaza, esa tienda de señora López. Cada diferente, otro dueño, ¿no? Aunque venden la misma cosa. Puede ser que cada uno vende galletas, arroz, fideo y aceite. Y puede ser 3 tiendas, así todo junto, que venden la misma cosa, pero diferentes dueños.
So, el mercado está enfrente de nuestra casa. La calle está aquí y es 300 metros. It's like 2 or 3 blocks, more than 3. Yeah, long. So it's a big market. It just kind of runs down the middle of the street, and then there's a bigger building at the end. And you can get anything you want there. So you can go one direction and you get the potatoes. You go another direction and you're in the fruit section. But it's all these individual people, and they're like 10 foot by 10 foot market stall that are selling all these things.
Bueno, y en el convento hay más o menos 12 hermanas, algunas aspirantes que son hermanitas en formación, y entre 3 o 4 voluntarios. Entonces, cuando tenemos que viajar juntos, solo tenemos un auto para todos nosotros. Y entonces todos subimos en el mismo auto. Las hermanas llenan adentro, usualmente 7 o 8 hermanas adentro, y los otros llenan afuera. Y eso es típico porque mayormente no van a ver, no van a tener cada familia su propio auto, no tienen. Entonces, puede ser hay un auto para varias casas y comparten el auto, o prestan el auto, o si dos personas están yendo a algún lugar, van a decir quién más quiere ir, y pasivamente pregunta a su vecino de pagar para ir a este otro lado, al mercado, por ejemplo, al supermercado, a carpintería, cualquier cosa, y el vecino paga a otro para subir en su auto, para ir a otro lado. So, todos los autos son así compartidos y nunca van a ver un auto yendo con una persona nomás. Eso nunca pasa. Porque es muy caro de tener auto. Algunas familias tienen motocicleta, entonces puede tener una familia de 4 o 5 personas y para su transportación solo tienen una motocicleta. Entonces, cuando toda la familia quiere ir a la misa, a ir a un restaurante, ¿no? Todos suben juntos. So, hay mamá, papá, 2 niños y la maleta, todo en la moto. Sí, la bebé. Yeah. Ok, aquí hay nuestra iglesia. Es muy grande, muy bonito. Poco veces lleno. Algunos animales. Tenemos muchos animales interesantes que son nativos de la región. ¿Qué se llama este animal? ¿Quién me puede decir? Sloth. ¿Y en español? Se llama perezoso. Perezoso. ¿Qué significa perezoso? ¿Alguien sabe? Es una característica. ¿Alguien puede decir? Casi lazy. It means lazy. Yeah. So they're literally named lazy. Which isn't really fair because they're not lazy. They're just slow, right? They just move really slowly. So sloths are common there. They're native species. They would be in any kind of park like this, like even a school that had like a, a little.
So like the city park in the middle of town. You'd go walking around the park here, you'd see squirrels running all over the place. They don't have squirrels, they have just lots of them in the trees.
They're big! Right, so you don't have a
You're not gonna have like 50 of them.
squirrel. Like you might
They
have
jump on
20
you?
squirrels.
They eat your
Mind their own
garbage.
business.
Are they on the ground ever, or they just hang in the tree?
They must do.
No, yeah, and when they want to pass from one tree to another, they usually do it through the branches. So they pretty
You'll
much
see them up
never
there,
go
and they're like
ground.
on the tips of the branches where it's not very strong, so they're kind of bouncing, and then they swing.
Do they ever
and grab.
fall?
Yeah, actually, it's funny that you asked that. That's why I got this really good picture of this guy, because he had just fallen out of the tree. And so there, I went to I'm in the main plaza of the city, right? And there's this huge group of people, and I'm like, what's going on? You gotta go see what's going on, right? So I go to the group, and the sloth is on the ground, and it's so cute because everybody's so worried about it. They're like, oh no, our sloth, what are we gonna do? And they're trying to get over, but they don't work very, their hands don't work very well on the ground because they're not meant to really walk, so they only hang. So he's trying to get back to the tree, but he made it, and I watched him climb all the way back up. He was fine. ¿Qué se llama este animal en español?
Tortuga.
Tortuga. Muy bien. So they have this guy, obviously the picture I took from down low, but they have varying sizes. Obviously the Galapagos tortoises, those are from South America, those are very well known, are very, very large. So they do have tortoises that grow very large in South America. Bien, ok, un poco de comida. Aquí hay una comida con base de fideo. Y encima es una salsa de tomate, zanahoria, verduras y un poco de carne.
No es salsa de spaghetti, no es de tomate.
Es otro sabor que no es sabor italiano. Bueno, otra comida con base de arroz. Tienen sus papas. Con arroz siempre tienen papas. Nunca comen arroz sin papas. Y usualmente con fideo también hay papas, pero ese fideo no tenía. También tiene su choclo, es un tipo de maíz que se llama choclo. Y esa fruta es mandarina, which is, it's kind of like a tangerine. That's how they usually translate it, but it's not exactly the same fruit.
They're really tasty.
Really, really good. Yeah. And this is a vegetarian dish, so it's a kind of grated up squash, which they call zapallo or calabaza. Calabaza is kind of pumpkin, but it kind of depends. on the region, and then some cebolla and otros verduras. La fruta fue muy interesante. Hay muchos diferentes tipos de bananas, diferentes tipos de naranjas, de muchas cosas. So, esos son bananas pequeñas que se llaman guineo. Entonces, cuando yo quiero bananas de ese tamaño que son muy dulces, tengo que preguntar para guineo. Si yo solo digo banano, quién sabe qué voy a recibir. But it's very regional, so in different regions people use different words for all the different kinds of bananas. So you kind of have to, even traveling within Bolivia, we would get to a different region and there'd be different terminology.
We probably had 20 different kinds of bananas. The whole time.
Yeah.
And like these are really sweet and like thin peels, and you just pop them in your mouth, maybe 1-2 bites. And it's great.
And some of them were denser too. Some of them, like the smaller ones like this, they would get really, really fat like that and be really dense, but still be sweet. And then there were the really big ones like the plantains that are just for cooking that are really dense and not sweet. It's interesting. Okay. Otro ejemplo de comida, so sopa es muy importante ahí. Siempre comimos sopa para almuerzo. So, su almuerzo, que va a pasar en un rato, ¿no? Empieza con sopa. No importa el clima, no importa si hace calor, hace frío.
So it's 90 degrees out, you're dripping in sweat, you haven't been in air conditioning for 2 weeks, you're just sweating, and they put a big hot bowl of soup right in front of you.
You always have
Cada almuerzo, seriously, cada almuerzo. Empieza con sopa, después hay un segundo. Segundo es base de arroz o base de fideo, puede ser con carne o con verduras nomás. Y las papas son obligatorias. Eso, la comida. Bueno, también viajamos en algunas partes. Un día fuimos para visitar el bosque trópico. Para llegar a esa parte del bosque es necesario cruzar el río. So, en nuestro coche cruzamos sin problema el río, pero en las partes del año que tienen mucha lluvia, el río crece y no se puede pasar. Entonces, si uno vive a otro lado, bueno, hay una razón que es necesario cruzar el río para llegar, porque no hay puente. No hay ningún puente para llegar a este lugar. No hay ninguna otro calle, otra carretera, no hay. Entonces, eso es la ruta, eso es el camino único. Entonces, cuando crece el río, no se puede pasar y la gente de adentro no puede salir del bosque. Usualmente es 3-4 meses del año, puede ser más si hay más lluvia, 5 o 6 años, o 5 o 6 meses, pero que no pueden salir. Entonces, a este lado, tienen que vivir con los medicamentos que tienen, ¿no? No tienen hospital allá. Puede ser que tienen un médico, puede ser que no tienen un doctor. Probablemente no tienen un padre, no tienen sacerdote. Entonces, por mucho tiempo están viviendo sin estas cosas del río. Ok, so después de nuestro viaje de 3 horas en el coche, caminamos 2 horas y llegamos a esta cascada bonita en el bosque. Y bueno, es un lugar muy bonito. Bueno, vamos a mostrar algunas cosas que pueden tocar.
No, aquí es algo de dinero de Bolivia. Se llama bolivianos. O básicamente dice pesos, pero bolivianos.
It's kind of a weird thing. It's named Bolivianos, but sometimes people say peso.
Yeah.
That's how to explain it. They just, like saying a buck, you know, when you say like
Yeah.
something $1, they say peso for a buck.
7 bolivianos a $1 americano.
Here's some other different examples. This would be more from the mountain region. It's a kind of weaving called a guayo. It's very traditional. They definitely make lots of clothing and stuff like that out of it. This is a pillow sham, but you get an idea. They do a lot of colors. This is something from the southern region because they do a lot of leather working in the southern region, especially down on the border with Argentina. It's a lot of cattle ranching, and they have the real cowboy thing going as far as like leather hats and everything.
So this is more tropical. It's made from wood, which is common down in the rainforest, not as common up in the mountains. It's got a tropical picture with some parrots and stuff on it. And here's a tapestry.
Oh, this is from the mountain region. This is from one specific region. The tapestries are very specific to the region. And so this is from a city called Tarabuco that they do. The way these people are dressed in the middle here, That's how the traditional garb is for dancing and fiestas in this particular region. They wear like little funny stilt shoes, well, not funny, okay, funny to me, but not for them. They wear little kind of like stilt sandal shoes and big ponchos and stuff.
Okay. So this is our blog that we have over there. Did you guys get to see this during class? Yeah. So really quick, this is a picture of the market. We live kind of in here. This is the wall around where we live. And then you walk across the street, and there's all these little things that go all the way down the street. So that's the market. Oh, this is the name. You guys know what that means?
No? Montero? Have you ever heard of...
So if you're in Europe and you're crossing the borders, you head to the frontier. That's what they call border. It's an English word. It's just something we use a lot. Frontier, frontier. Yeah. So and sin. Yeah. So this is our Without Borders. Have you heard of Reporters Without Borders or Doctors Without Borders or Always Without Borders? That was our joke. And we have a blog when we were down there so that we could communicate back all of our stories. We talked for half an hour here, but we could go for hours with all the stories of all the things we've done down there. And this was a great way to show our family and friends back home what it was all about. If you guys ever get to volunteer, I had it with you like this. The other thing that was great about while we were there was communication has gotten so much better over the last few years, just last 5 years even. So if we'd done it down there 5, 10 years ago, and we wanted to talk to our family, every couple of weeks or something, we would have had to set an appointment. So mom, dad, hey, we're going to call at 4:30 on Friday afternoon. Be ready for it. And then we, down in Bolivia, would have to walk across town, and ride across town, to a call center where they do a specific international calling, and you pay for however many minutes you want to call, and you call them, and they're not there, it's a problem, or they can't call you. Anyway, you talk for a few minutes, and that's it. But now, with the internet, we were able to Skype whenever we wanted with them. We even had a Google Voice number set up, so like my parents could call. They didn't have to know anything about turning on the computer. They just called my old phone number, and it would ring on my computer in South America. So, just a couple examples of how it's getting easier, how the world's kind of getting smaller. You can go away, and you're still on Facebook every day, and what more could you miss, right?
I mean, I'm even friends with some of the sisters and people that we work with in there. I'm friends with a bunch of them on Facebook, and you know, they're always like Facebook chatting or whatever.
The sisters?
Not so much the sisters, but more the...
They're on Facebook?
They are on Facebook. There are a few that are on Facebook, but it's more the youth I work with, like the high schoolers, and they Facebook chat more. If you are ever interested in a volunteer experience like this, I wanted to show you this website, Catholic Volunteer Network. So we chose to do a faith-based volunteer program because our faith is important to us, and because the reason we wanted to volunteer is because we really wanted to give back because of all the blessings that we had received. I went to Viz here myself. I got a great education. I went to college. Tom also was able to go to private school and go to college. And so in Thanksgiving for all this, we decided to give back a little bit of our time, take some time out of our careers working, and teach down there, not get paid. But to be able to have a great experience and be able to learn new language, learn new culture, I mean, we received a lot out of it also. Anyway, this is a way you can find good kind of faith-based organizations like that. Catholic Volunteer Network, it's not just for international, it's got national, international, any kind of time period, volunteer for a day, volunteer for a week, volunteer for 10 years. There's options for everything. So it's a good place to start if you are ever interested in that kind of thing. But now we'll just open up to questions. You're welcome to ask in English or Spanish. We will answer in English or Spanish. Whatever you want. Anything interesting? Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember much from the video that we watched. How long were you guys down there?
Just over 2 years. So we stayed 2 school years. But the school year is different there. It goes from February to November. And so their summer is December to January. What I say. It's like half of November, half of December, depending on the school year. And so, so we got there in October, well, like September, and we did language school, and then stayed for the beginning of the school year, and then 2 more school years. So the way it's a little awkward sometimes coming from here because the time that is convenient for us to go down there is the middle of their school year, right? So if you went on your summer vacation, they'd be in the middle of winter and during the school year.